man has only one duty, and that is to choose the winning side.
This is the wisest time to become a priest.
Unlike you, I chose to live in the real world.
I don't wear this for protection.
You were there tonight, Lord. Please be with me now.
We are born alone, and we die alone.
Please be careful where that leads you.
He doesn't hear you, does he? All this pain, and God just stays silent.
He is a monster, you know?
Does God care about us? Does God care what happens in your finances, your relationships, your health? And it's not so much that we doubt that God exists. We doubt whether or not He is good.
I truly doubted everything about God. And it got to a place where I had literally felt like I had zero relationship with God, and that I was exhausted from judgment and exhausted from the fear. My relationship was, at best, that I'm not worthy.
I think that he actually wants us to doubt. I think that's kind of this whole idea of faith, you know? I think that if there wasn't doubt, that it wouldn't be faith.
I don't think I've really doubted God and His existence. I've doubted His plan. I've felt like it was non-existent at times. Yeah.
My wife, she was saying, you know, come to church with me, come to church with me. I would make up excuses to her, but really it was, I don't want to go back to that God. One day, some friends of mine said, you know what, we're having a men's retreat, Mike. And, you know, and there's some singing and there's some, you know, great food and we all have cabins and stuff like that. And buddy, you can just read. And I was thinking the whole time, I'll go. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to decide. And I'm going to decide once and for all if I'm going to be an atheist or not.
After I was raped, I stopped going to Mass. I couldn't understand how God allowed such a thing. I accepted, you see. God can be terrible. So now I do go to Mass. My prayers are deeper than before. I fight him with love, you see.
There's definitely been hard times where I doubt that things are going to work out for the way I think they should work out, but I have that peace knowing that God has His ultimate good for my life in mind, and that things are going to work out, whether I know it or not. In the overall plan, it is going to work out.
It was the Sunday morning, kind of the last day of the weekend, and we came in for service, and we're sitting there, and the pastor's talking about the blood of Christ, the Lamb of God. And I remember just sitting there going, He's not here. He's not here for me, you know? And someone put their hand on my shoulder and said, you need to go up there. And I remember just going, I just wanted to be sick. I was scared to death. And all of a sudden the pastor walks up the line and grabs me. And I just remember shaking. So I took the microphone and I shared my story. I told them all I came up here to be an atheist and a committed one. And I just remember uncontrollable sobbing. I just remember just crying with my hands on my face. Because for the first time in my life, I felt it was possible that I could have a loving God. For the first time in my life, I could have joy.
I think you have mountains to climb. And I think it will be painful. That will make it seem sweet when you are finished.
That day that I asked God to come into my life, I knew that that doubt would melt. I knew that that doubt would go away. I knew that that doubt would never come back. And I can say to this day, I'm free.
Doubting God's goodness is a dragon on the inside of us that we have to face.
You look me in the eye. You don't pity me.
No, you are extremely brave.
Are you ready to face your dragon?